Well, James,
Terry,
thank you so much.
thank you.
It has been an amazing evening, and I want to ask for your first impression having set foot on our stage, first time in front of our cameras on Austin City Limits. How did it feel out there tonight?
Well, it's no wonder the broadcast show has the reputation that it does, because it really is it's the best possible way to get music on television that I've that we've experienced so far. The the Today Show sort of outside stage where you play to the audience in a Rockefeller Center comes close, but this is truly a concert context. It feels just like a concert, and that's what it is. It's a 2,000 seat hall, which is big enough to have some real energy, but small enough to still feel intimate, and uh, it's just been built to make music in, but also to accommodate cameras and television. So it really felt like a show, you know.
So let's talk about Before This World, your newest album, featuring some of your first original songs in the past 13 years.
That's right.
So why now? What inspired you to want to put this collection of songs together?
I've had the sense really for for 5 or 6, 7 years that it was due. That it was time to do that, and there were a lot of other things that got in the way. It's just been a very full and very distracted period of time, and I found it very difficult to write. That is to say, difficult to finish songs. I had lots of starts. I had lots of ideas. 5 years ago, we went into the studio that's in a barn right next to my house with Jimmy Johnson on bass and Steve Gadd on drums. We put down demos to pretty much 9 out of the 11 songs that are on the album, and I took those demos and used them to help me write. But there was a lot going on. I've got 2 young kids, and they were born in 2001. They were very little indeed when the last album came out, and they're when you have a young family, it's a priority. And we did do 5 other recording projects: a Christmas album, a album of Larry Goldings, the piano player, and myself, sort of a musical evening that we did and videoed and recorded. We did Carole King and I made the Troubadour Reunion Tour. I did a Christmas album. Then there were 2 covers albums. So there was a lot of recording projects going on, a lot of touring all the time, and I just found that I really needed to sort of clear the decks completely and focus on writing lyrics to finish these songs and get them done. I think I've got a little bit better at writing from a sort of technical point of view, and I've definitely gotten better at recording. So this has been my 16th time at it. So it's something that you do that slowly evolves as a technique. The songs used to be much more, I felt as though they were just flying out of me. I couldn't hold them in. And now I feel as though I have to sit down and work on them, But at the same time, when that initial urgency to express yourself has passed, at this end of things, it feels like the thing that takes the place of that is a kind of technique or craft or knowledge. In terms of what I write about, it's really, I do have very themes that I keep coming back to, the pull of the road and the longing for home, and I write recovery songs. I'm in recovery for 30 years now, so that continually comes back as a sort of a theme. I have a kind of spiritual that I write. I have songs about the open road, just traveling. I have some. I often I have a kind of a love song that keeps coming to me. It's like I mean, you could say that all songwriters write the same 50 songs over and over again, anyway. But I certainly have a dozen or so themes that continually pull me in, and that's it's interesting to me that I keep writing these songs.
I read somewhere recently that you said that basically you're the same person that you were when you were 17 years old.
So,
Now, you've lived quite a life over the past 50 years. So what did you mean by that?
well, I think we become who we are, relatively early in our late teens. We find out what we've inherited or what we've been given physically and in terms of our mind and our tastes and our personality. We sort of fill ourselves in by that age, and that's who you are for your whole life. That was a surprise to me because when I was 17, I thought somebody that was 50 years older than me would definitely be a completely different creature. No way to communicate with that person at all. And it surprises me to find that I'm really the same person. I think there's a tendency when something works to sort of keep doing it. So it may be that because I was successful in my early 20s, I've been sort of frozen. And that's possible, but I think it's just generally true. As I talk to people about it, they say, yeah, I'm who I was at 17, essentially. I know that there are songwriters like Frank Lesser and Cole Porter, and not that I'm putting myself in that league, but Rodgers and Hammerstein. And these were working composers who would write a song that would do something in the context of a musical. It would move the plot along, or it would communicate a character or a situation between two characters, or there are people who are good at that kind of commissioned work. My stuff is self-expression, and that's the best thing you can hope for, is that something that means something to me will also resonate with other people and be useful to them as well, as though we're sort of shopping for our own personal mythology in the popular culture, and sort of assembling things that work for us and that get us through. I can't say enough about this band. It is the joy of of a life in music to work with people like this, who are at this level of artistry. It's really that's the it's deeply joyful thing to do. It's that and the audience. I'm also blessed with an audience that I truly do love, and that also makes it a joy to do this. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on your many successes.
Thank you, Terry.
And best of luck on all future adventures to come, because
thank you on finally letting me see what a wonderful thing you've got going here, which is really hats off to you. It's great.
Well, on that note, we'd love to have you come back sometime.
Oh, I'd love that. We'll come back.
All right, it's a wrap.